5 seconds. Sir, I would like to make a few observations so that the Honorable Minister will make a note about the way in which these institutions are being run. It is a good thing that these institutions have been started, but at the same time, we are suffering from lack of coordination in regard to our technical education. We have certain institutes like the Polytechnic, etc., under the Scientific Research and Cultural Affairs Ministry, and they are run through the state governments. Then there are the engineering colleges under the universities, and thirdly, sir, trade technical education is imparted by the Central Labor Ministry at the state level. In addition to that, the states have certain arrangements of their own for technical education. I feel that there is no effort at coordination, and that leads to a great deal of confusion. Perhaps if there is effort, there are certain difficulties. I hope the Honorable Minister will tell us about that. I would also like to suggest that even in these four institutions, as for some time the medium of instruction would be English, for emotional integrations, and attempts should be made to take a few students from the neighboring region or other regions on a reciprocal basis. Otherwise, these institutes will themselves, by developing as we was hinted by the previous speaker, some regional consciousness. There is great difficulty, sir, with regard to technical personnel for taking, and I am not aware in what way these institutions will be staffed. Perhaps some foreigners will be brought in, but at the same time, with the arrangements existing at present for taking technical help from different countries, Russia, UK, USA, and Germany, I do not know whether there will be special courses provided in these institutes for the teaching staff from those different countries. What arrangements there are, one does not know. In the present arrangement for teaching, I should have liked to mention the fifth arrangement for teaching at present provided through the various industrial concerns like Bhilai, Rahu, etc. All these big concerns have their big technical schools, and they take their students for postgraduate work as also for research work. What will therefore happen with regard to the standard is a question, sir. We are not at all sure in our country about the correct use of terms. I would, for instance, mention here the word polytechnic. They have one school, and even if there is arrangement for starting another subject, no effort is made, and no sooner they feel they should give guarantee of some sort of technical education without proper inquiries with regard to the possibilities for employment and the various mineral resources, etc. and the basic education that should enable the students to enter the polytechnics to have the training where it is available. These polytechnics are started. Similarly, there is some confusion about the use of the word university. We have the Roorkee University for one subject, engineering. So it seems there is going to be one university for one faculty. We have one music university also in Madhya Pradesh. We are going to start, I am told, perhaps a university only for agriculture. So, if these institutes are there, which term seems to be really the appropriate word in place of these one faculty universities, I think the Honorable Minister should take the initiative in determining what should be the exact connotation of these terms. Otherwise, one day, as was pointed out, there will be perfect confusion. There comes also the question of the recognition of the degree given by these institutes. Of course, if the training with the special facilities available and the specially recruited staff available is of a high standard, naturally people would be very anxious to recruit the people who have passed out from there. In the beginning, there will not be any trouble with regard to make use of these graduates turned out from there, but the question of recognition has to be decided on certain principles, and those principles should be laid down and followed from the beginning. Now, I would like also to mention the question about scholarships. It was pointed out that certain scholarships, especially to the children of the working class, should be given. I would like to point out here that there is already provision for that, and it is not something new. What I would like to stress is that scholarships should be in larger numbers. The scholarships do not seem to be adequate for the rising standard of living and the cost of living. The scholarships that are given do not meet half the needed. There is yet another matter which the Honorable Minister is the proper person to inquire about, and that is the merit scholarships that are available in different states to students for technical subjects or to other students who pass with very high marks are not given by the states if they read outside the state.